Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nakran. Just want to share with you some of the top stories that we're following. A Spalding County couple is behind bars right now, charged with child abuse. The district attorney there in Spalding County says that this Griffin couple was essentially trying to starve their child to death. My colleague, Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm, has more.
Even children in our elementary schools are being recruited by gangs, wooed by the idea of quick and easy money, respect, and a sense of belonging.
State and local law enforcement and prosecutors announcing two major crackdowns in Spalding County and beyond. Operation Crack the Ice and Operation Blood Clot.
That couple in Griffin is now being held without bond behind bars. They're accused of locking their son in a room without access to food, no warm running water, no way out, no supervision for extended periods of time. He was apparently found just wandering the streets by some neighbors who then called 911 for help. But we're going to continue our coverage of that story here on Atlanta News First, Atlanta News First Plus. I also want to let you know in Decatur right now, a man is wanted for sex assault. Take a look at this sketch here. A woman in Decatur tells police that last Friday morning, this man came up to her with a gun, forcing her into her home, and then sexually assaulted her. This happened on West College Avenue. If you recognize this man, please, you're asked to call police. Obviously, do not approach, for your own safety as well. And 3 Decatur County firefighters are still recovering after being burned in a smoke rise house fire 2 weeks ago. One of them, a father of 4 with a baby on the way, just released from the hospital this week. His colleagues with the firefighters union coming together, trying to help him and his family out. This video that you're looking at is the fire where he and 2 other firefighters were hurt in a smoke rise neighborhood on May 4th. The union rep saying that they were making sure no one was trapped in the house. When a flashover happened, that's where all the contents of a house actually burst into flames, and those flames burned the 3 firefighters. They were rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, while the firefighters have medical insurance through the county, and they will get workers' comp for the work-related injuries. A lot of firefighters work multiple jobs to support their families, and these burns mean that they can't work. For one in particular, Frank Barker, the cost is going to add up since he has 4 kids and another on the way, and his wife is going to have to take care of him.
After each other on the worst times that we have. Besides that being the main reason that we're doing it, Frank has dedicated his adult life to serving others. He served 10 years in the U.S. Army, served 2 tours in Iraq, and joined the fire department a little over a year ago. So he's really dedicated his life to helping others. I think it's time we help him out.
And certainly Frank would be working if his body were not covered with 3rd-degree burns, actually 20% of his body, so very serious, and our prayers for him and his family as well. Want to show you a look outside now. It's a little bit gray and gloomy out there. Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi joining us. Courtney, are we expecting more storms again today?
Yeah, we are. We're going to have another fairly stormy afternoon. Unfortunately, we're not starting the day with a whole lot of sunshine. So unlike yesterday where we had a really nice first half of the day, you could get outside and enjoy it. Today, not going to be quite as pretty. It's definitely muggy out there. Those overcast conditions just really hinting at our kind of damp start to the day. Let me get situated here and get all my settings correct. I am much shorter than Joy, so we are going to fix all of this for you before we get going. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning despite the gloomy start. I know sometimes when the weather looks like this, it can be a little hard to get up and at it. I am First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. It is a Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, but unfortunately we're not to the end of this unsettled pattern that we've seen to get ourselves set up in. We have quite the rainy stretch of days. In fact, we have a first alert today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And a first alert just essentially is a heads up for you that there's going to be some sort of nuisance weather. And that nuisance weather is going to be in the form of rain and storms the next couple of days. So let's talk about it. Here you are looking out over downtown from Sandy Springs. So it is a cloudy start to the day, and it's pretty mild, 70 degrees right now in the city of Atlanta. So fairly warm, really, at this hour, 70 degrees. degrees. Yeah, pretty warm and muggy start to your day. Now, as we go through the afternoon, we are going to start to have that chance for more widespread showers and thunderstorms. This is the latest high resolution forecast model. We call it the high resolution model, and it updates every hour, and it gives us a really good idea of where storms are going to set up and when. So it does look like as you're making your way home from work today around 5:30, especially along and south of I-20, showers and storms will start to fire up. Essentially what's happening is we had a front move in yesterday that brought us the really, really nasty weather in some spots. I know personally in Cobb County, it got a little bit electric over at my house with all those storms. So that was all thanks to a weather system that was moving through the area, a cold front. Well, that front is now draped over Georgia, kind of splitting the state in half. And that's going to serve as a boundary, a focal point for showers and storms to fire up later today as we start to heat up. And we obviously have plenty of moisture out there. That's why it's muggy. That's why it's cloudy out there. And essentially, as we start to heat up, that front will take advantage of that moisture and produce showers and thunderstorms for you later today. So it is a first alert. We do also have an isolated chance for a strong to severe storm again, a very low end threat. Again, level 1 out of 5, that simply means isolated. And what we'll be looking for are damaging winds, isolated heavy downpours, and also some frequent lightning in any of the storms that formed today. Could bring down some trees again because we have had a lot of heavy rain the past couple of days. So just something to keep in mind. Now notice Thursday, we have another first alert. We're going to do it all over again. We have quite the rainy pattern again the next couple of days as we have a couple of systems to work with. So not only do we have our front that is sitting over us right now, that's again like kind of splitting the state in half, we're going to have what we call a backdoor cold front move in tomorrow. And that means normally we have cold fronts come in from northwest and push off to the southeast. This one's actually going to come from the northeast and push off to the southwest. So it moves backwards, and that's going to help usher in some cooler air and keep us cloudy and bring us that higher rain coverage tomorrow. So just figured instead of talking about it over this graphic, I would almost explain it talking with my hands. I'm an Italian. It's what we do. So today, again, we have the chance for an isolated strong to severe storm, primarily along and south of I-20 where that boundary is set up. That front is stalled. That's going to offer just the extra ingredient to allow for that isolated chance for strong to severe storms. You need moisture, you need heat, you need the lifting mechanism. That lifting mechanism is that front. So that gives us the more organized threat for a strong to severe storm today. Let's take you forward in time tomorrow. Again, we have a first alert for more showers and storms. Now tomorrow, I don't think we're going to have any kind of chance for severe weather, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We're going to be fairly stable tomorrow as this front moves through because of the cloud cover, because of the cooler temperatures. We're not going to have a lot of the heat to provide that fuel for storms tomorrow. In fact, we're going to hover in the 60s a lot of the day tomorrow, so you might even want a light jacket to go out and about tomorrow. Showers are possible for the morning commute, including the potential for maybe some heavier pockets of rain. And again, this is all as that backdoor front kind of slides through very slowly. It does look like as we head into the evening hours tomorrow, so kind of backwards to today, it looks like the first half of the day will be a little rainier than the second half of the day. But nonetheless, it's going to be a really damp and dreary day. It's probably going to feel a little drizzly through a lot of the day because behind this front, a wedge will build in. And when you have all that moisture already to work with, when a wedge builds in, that can kind of create a really just misty and damp day. Just something to keep in mind. It's not going to be a nice day tomorrow. We do have the first alert. Temperatures will, again, hover in the 60s for the most part. Maybe downtown Atlanta, we hit close to 70, but for the most part, a pretty chilly day by late May standards or mid-May standards. Friday, finally, we get a bit of a drier trend. Still going to be cloudy, but will be drier with temperatures in the 70s on Friday. So it'll be a nicer end to the work week. If you have any plans on Friday night, you're good to go. Just not going to be a bright, sunshiny day on Friday, unfortunately. We have a pretty dreary second half of the week ahead of us. So that first alert today for the showers and storms, maybe an isolated severe storm along and south of I-20. Thursday, we have a 60% coverage of rain as another front moves in from northeast, pushes off to the southwest. Just going to bring us rain on and off through the day, especially the first half of the day. Friday looks primarily dry, maybe a stray shower or two. And then Saturday, another cold front moves in. So we're in a very active pattern right now. Another cold front moves in on Saturday, does look to bring us the chance for rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. I don't see any kind of severe threat right now. We'll watch it, but right now not overwhelmed with any kind of severe threat on Saturday, but it will bring rain, especially for the second half of the day. Sunday looks dry, and we'll head into a drier pattern next week once we get rid of our last cold front of the series, it seems like, on Saturday. So again, today is that first alert with highs near 80, so a lot cooler today. That's thanks to the cold front that moved in yesterday. Also thanks to all the cloud cover we'll see today. Near 70 tomorrow. A lot of us will stay in the 60s, especially in the suburbs, with widespread rain tomorrow. And then we'll be mostly dry on Friday, with the exception of a few showers possible, just some isolated rain, with temperatures in the mid-70s. Going to be cloudy, cool in the morning as well, so you'll probably want to have a jacket as you step out Friday morning. Saturday, we'll have the chance for late day storms, especially after lunchtime, along a cold front. Not going to cool us down. It'll dry us out more than cool us down, so it'll drop the humidity a few degrees. Dew point measured in degrees, that's why I say that. So humidity will drop a few degrees on Sunday. Low 80s for the afternoon, and we'll stay mostly dry with sunshine returning for the start of next week. So much nicer weather on the way once we get through really the start of the weekend. We'll look ahead to nicer days, more spring-like days, Sunday through the start of next week. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoy your day today, despite the fact that it's a little bit dreary out there. You just got to find another way to put sunshine in your day other than the sky, because it's not really going to bring that to you. And of course, have the First Alert weather app handy. It'll let you know when heavy rain is in your area, when lightning is detected in your area, so you can kind of plan your day around that and your travels around that and get through the day nice and safely. And of course, the First Alert weather team will have you covered all day long. Hope you make it a wonderful Wednesday, everybody. Have a great day.